So, session 0 was just all character creation and stuff. So we begin. Um, let's run through the party that's here and give yourselves a small introduction of sorts. So we're going to start with Nathaniel. Give us a short description of what you look like and your general personality.
I am a small man with a slightly sinister countenance and a tenor of voice that never completed the transition between early adolescence and manhood. What else did you
hmm
want to know about me?
just give us a
I
short.
have a scar on my left leg for reasons that will become obvious later on if you get to know me. I am
Mhm.
deeply afraid of certain things that I will never tell you about for fear that you might use them against me. I have inherited things throughout my life from people that meant a lot to me who are no longer alive. I believe that great men are forged in fire, and it is the privilege of lesser men to light the flame, whatever the cost. I always
Cool.
carry a service revolver from my days in the military. That means a lot to me, though has never actually seen that much use. I own a large apartment complex that has lots of rooms, floors, well furnished, only $40 a week.
Very nice.
And
Very
once in my
nice.
life, I witnessed something so horrific that it haunts my nightmares even to this day, and has led my entire I was going to say adult life, but I am very old. I am 60 years old, which is well above and beyond the average lifespan of a person of this day and age, the 1920s.
hmm
I think that's all I can give you.
Okay, yeah, that works. That's more than enough information that we need. Um, James West,
All
you
right.
are next.
All right. James West is a muscular but pale Englishman with the top of his left ear slightly clipped off. He is a very hypochondriac type of person who is always worried about other people getting sick around him. And he is very still. He rarely moves or blinks unnecessarily. But he's otherwise known to be very normal and is a doctor or is working on his doctorate and is more or less willing to see anyone with an illness who needs it. He let's see how to describe. He fought in the Great War and after coming back tries to mostly stay inside during the rain and continue working on his attempt to get a degree in medicine.
hmm Um, is that everything that you want to tell us? Any personal history that you want to give? Any previous experiences, things like that?
I'm not really too sure at this moment, but that's the kind of general outline of the character right now.
Mhm. Okay. Um, Norman Rafferty.
Hello.
Rafford.
Yeah, I'm playing Kerman Lapiciere, which is the name that I use, although my actual christened name is Christopher Brady, because I am the bastard grandson of the Brady household and possibly would have a claim to the entire fortune if it weren't for the fact that I'm a bastard and I've been paid off to not tell anybody that I am. So most folks know me as I have many identities, but the people who know me can call me Kermit. I
hmm
work as I was born when my father was visiting France in an unwise dalliance, and I spent most of my time dodging World War One, or sorry, the Great War, where I grew up and quickly became a cynical atheist and anarchist. And for reasons or one or another, I've actually become mixed up with the Irish independence. I work numerous criminal operations in London and Ireland, smuggling things back and forth, especially things for rich weirdos. Uh, my character is very tall, although I try to disguise that by hunching over because I'm about 1.7 meters. Well, about 5'11" and 175 pounds. Black hair, brown eyes. Normally dressing, you know, in gray or brown clothes. But distinctive appearances is that I do have an identifying scar near my kidneys on the left hand side. I was very lucky.
hmm
And I am very good at hiding this, but my back teeth have been replaced with steel. Not uncommon bridge replacement in this time period.
Yeah. Is that everything you wish to give?
That's pretty much all know about me. I'm normally a nice and polite person, but I can be extremely dangerous when crossed.
Mhm. Okay. One moment. I will change that to the. Oh no, I've just changed it to the same one. So, I guess I'll give a small introduction to Kingsley, who is Rabbit's player. He's a tall man, average build, with a gnarly bear scratch across the front of his face. He's an old hunter from Stoke-on-Trent in Staffordshire, and he's currently living in London, England, working under Nathaniel Shaw as a oddity hunter of oddities. Let's call him. He worked as a frontline scout in the Great War, and when he came back from there, he was working under the police for a while. Oh, okay. Oh, just a test roll. Okay.
Yeah.
He was working as a police officer. He's incredible with a rifle, and he has a strong set of morals about protecting the environment and keeping his. He's quite quiet and maintained by the looks of his sheet. I haven't yet to meet his character, but he is a well-skilled hunter and tracker, and he's very good at finding his way even when things seem lost. That is Kingsley. I don't believe he has a second name. He hasn't written a second name down, at least. So I simply know him as. Yeah, I simply know him as Kingsley. So Kingsley James West. Just organizing your sheets so I can see them at all times on my second screen because I am cool. We ended session 0 with a letter from an old friend of James West appearing. James, if you would like to reread the letter that you received from Clarence McDougall.
Yes, on a nice rainy night, pulling out the letter. Gotta clear my throat first, of course, while I narrate to myself. Dear James West, I hope this letter finds you well. I apologize in advance for the brevity, but the pain I am suffering moves me to get right to the point. As you must know, I journeyed to Scotland some months ago to conduct genealogical research on my family. My research went well, then I met with a terrible disaster. At first, I doubted the true horror of my experience, but at this time the truth is undeniable. I must ask you help in this matter, for I feel that you might well be my only salvation. Sincerely, Clarence McDougall.
Mm-hmm. Clarence McDougall was an old friend of James. I believe he went to the same university as you?
Yes, I believe it was. Making sure I got the right place.
Birmingham University,
University
correct?
of Birmingham Medical School.
Yes. You were aware that Clarence McDougall had rich family up north in Scotland. Sorry, I was like, my brain for a second was like, where? Yes, in Scotland, he had some rich family and rich ancestors and things like that.
Hmm.
But he wasn't entirely sure of his connection to this family. He was questioning it quite often. Yes, you were aware that he was going to eventually head into Scotland after his studies and things like that, and the war had ended. You
Right,
were
but it
aware.
seems things have gone astray and now he's in trouble. But I
Yes.
don't have the money to get up there this time of year. I have to know someone. And you know what? I bet I could twist this to convince someone I know that maybe there's something even more happening and not just that he's in a little bit of trouble with the locals. So,
Yep.
I need to bring this letter over to Nathaniel Shaw.
Yes. You arrive at his large, luxurious hotel. letter in hand, determination in your heart. You're of course let through. The woman on the on the oh my god, what's the word? Receptionist. The receptionist knows you. Knows most of you, to be fair. She's got a very good memory, and she's willing to let you go straight upstairs.
Of course, of course.
Nathaniel,
Yes.
on a rainy London night, you hear a sharp knock on the door of your study.
Yes, come in.
Your assistant peeks her head round the door, kind of slowly stepping in, and she quietly says to you, "Sir, there's a James West here for you."
Did he say what it's about?
James, what would you have told the receptionist?
An
Oh,
urgent letter of mystery would have been
something
the
about
way I would have described Stealth Shaw.
something about a mystery, and it's urgent, apparently.
I would give a heavy sigh. Slowly close the thick book I'm probably leant over a desk reading, and say, "Oh yes, of course, send him in."
Hey, is it a tome of forgotten lore? Does a raven keep coming in and bothering you?
I mean, I am haunted by repeatings of words, but no, they're not nevermores.
You're in the wrong house, damn it.
So your assistant scurries out, and James, you are allowed into the large, luxurious study.
Evening there, Nathaniel.
Hello again.
Well, you look like you've gotten yourself quite comfy this evening. Have any tea?
I could send for some if that's what you're looking for.
I'd be absolutely delighted after all that cold rain.
Alright. I'll turn to pick up my phone. Dial 1. On the, I don't know what they're called, circular.
Yes.
Rotary.
Rotary, there you
rotary.
go. I'll dial 1 on the rotary.
It goes straight to reception. One does. You quickly answers, "Yes, hello. What's up?"
What's up? That's clearly
Oh,
anachronistic.
I'm sorry. Yes. What do you need, sir?
Was ist los, der Hound? Yes, I was wondering if you could send up a kettle of, I guess, Earl Grey.
Of course. I'll send for it right away for you.
Now, what is this about an urgent mystery, Mr. West?
Well, I have a bit of a Scottish friend, and I think he's been in a bit of trouble. He sent me this letter, and I think I found it quite strange. And it does quite remind me of a few of the, stories that you've told us before. Or of a few of the strange sort of things you might be interested in. He himself described it as, undeniable truth and, a horror of his experience. There has to be something interesting going on.
Yes, I'll squint and I'll absently start tugging at the whiskers of my mustache. Do you have the letter on you?
Of course. And I go ahead and just like pull it out of a jacket pocket and just hand it over, all nice and dry.
Alright, and I will read it to myself.
And I'll just sort of like nervously fidget in the chair for just half a second before like never moving again and just saying, "Well, you see, I could go up and investigate for you, but, well, getting up north at this time of year, I'm not sure I could make that. Don't have quite the, funds this time of month, you see."
Tell me, Mr. West, do you believe that I'm sorry, you said friend?
Correct.
And you believe your friend has come into contact with the type of mystery that you think I would be interested in?
Well, there's only one way to know for sure, and that would be to go see, wouldn't it?
I feel like there's just a moment of silent staring that's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, between like the implacable wall and like the curious old man.
Well, no, more like I'm staring at Mr. West in that in that quiet old man way where I'm looking for you to say more than you were willing to say to begin with in your nervousness.
But you look forward in James, and all you see is just like a man who doesn't blink for about a whole minute.
You guys silently stare at each other for a moment. I would like Nathaniel. I would like you to make me a power check.
Ooh,
Okay, did we say we were using the green or the purple? I forgot which color.
green. Green would be the
Yes.
correct one, I think, for the simplified version.
Success 35. You are a 65 DC. So yep. You sit there for a moment. You ponder the idea. You've not really heard much of this man, but if he is one of James West's friends, then he must be highly educated. He probably went to university. As you read the letter, you note the handwriting is unclean. Obviously written in a rush of sorts. I guess is the best way I could describe it, with a pen that seems broken and shaky.
At this
As
point,
you,
James might choose to add in, perhaps noticing like the silence setting in between the two of them, just kind of go. As you see, he was up there doing some research on his family. I believe he is part of the same sort of highborn aristocracy as yourself. Perhaps if we check on him at the least, he would be appreciative of it and could be a very fine new contact for you up in the north.
I'm gonna
Not
ask.
sure how far your friendships go out there.
I'm gonna ask a question. Genealogy, would that fall under the same category of, say, anthropology?
Hmm,
I'd I'd say that's a tentative, yeah. That's me.
Anthropology is usually the study of cultures. Genealogy is the study of specific lines.
Right,
Right.
but there's no
could
crossover there.
it could cross over, yeah.
Yeah.
In the study of genealogical research, you could be finding out the culture and the ways of your, whatever line you're searching down, which could fall into anthropology in a way.
All right, I was looking to see if there might be any shared interests here between the man that I'm thinking about going to investigate and myself, since I have anthropology as a skill.
Hmm.
All right, I think I would calmly take the note, fold it back up, and extend my hand with it, pinched between two fingers back towards Mr. West.
I'll go ahead and take it and put it back in my pocket.
Would I think that Kerman would be in the building, or is Kerman off doing his own thing?
I often do. I mean, I like hanging out with you. You're not like the other aristos, and you have 6 refrigerators. I mean, come on, this place is like awesome.
So is there a chance that you're like in the same room, like smoking a cigar off in a corner?
Like in the next room, just like raiding your fridge, like, oh man, the cheese is cold.
Well, he's got the game room too. You did now? Did you buy the snooker table? Did you buy the pool table?
I didn't list it, but I mean, I'll might as well, yeah. Only reason
Yeah,
I didn't list it because they had snooker balls, not the table, so I didn't buy the table.
Perhaps should have
That's the
listed
weird-
everything you didn't buy.
we're just rolling them across the carpet.
I mean, there is like a room next door. If you're in there, you probably hear a player piano going or off too. 'Cause, I mean, you could have all the entertainment you want in there.
Yeah, and also it's good to hang out with you because you're a senile old man. So I'm hoping that if the police ever come to you to ask about whereabouts, you won't be able to remember exact dates and times, so you're a good alibi.
He was here, but I don't
love
know
how we're all
when.
just manipulating him at this point.
Yeah, was he here Tuesday night? Well, he's here a lot. Plus, there's many reasons to hang out here. So yeah, I'm probably here.
I can
My
imagine-
places are dives. Like I paid barely anything for them.
I can imagine with how it's currently very very miserable outside. You've probably not got much business today. Because your sheep name is different. That's what keeps confusing. Yeah, Kerman, business isn't exactly busy today, so you've been in the hotel for a while, just playing games, having a few few whiskeys, relaxing.
Yeah, he's got a great liquor cabinet. Why would I leave?
Could you say your last name for me again?
La Picière.
La PCR. Okay. The umlaut effect, and I don't know what the French version of the umlaut is.
That's an accent. That means it's a rising tone.
Uh,
All right. Oh yeah, I'll pick up the receiver again and dial 1. Or I don't know what you do on a rotary other than I'll twist the 1 on the rotary.
yeah, that's basically what you do.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you still call it dialing if it's just 1.
Oh wait, well, it's amazing dialing. So yeah, if he rings me, I'll come by.
Well, more likely, I'm ringing the reception to then go get you, and then basically reception's gonna run upstairs, go to the next door, tell you to come to the next door over.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess you might have rotary phones if you're pretty modern. I was thinking you might also just have phones that can only call the front desk.
Well, my phone here only calls the front desk. Front desk phone has the outside connection.
Yeah,
I have
so
this building has 2
Right.
lines, one specifically for me, one specifically for the front desk.
Okay.
My
I'll-
image of this is that you're the early adopter, so maybe if there's someone else in London with a phone, you could call them.
Yeah. So if you call me, I'm asking, are we going to? Now it's miserable out today, right?
It's miserable, yes.
It's raining. Yeah. Well, it only rained twice this week. Once for 3 days, once for 4.
Well, again, I'm not calling you. I'm calling the front desk to go get you, and the front desk has to run 6 stories up to then go to the next room over to get you.
Oh no, I'm by 1920, all the rooms would be wired with phones. Like they were doing that in the 1900s, unless
Yeah.
your hotel is really antiquated.
I can imagine he just does it. He probably just does that for the.
He just does it anyway. What's the point of having
Yeah.
servants if you can't order them around?
Right.
Yeah, I can see him doing that. So, yeah, the front desk is going to do that, and upon knocking on Kerman's room, they've also got the tea with them at that point.
Oh,
So Kerman, you're currently relaxing in the game room.
Yep.
And you hear a sharp 3-tone knock on the door.
all right. I have that strange manner of opening doors where I'm flat up against the wall and then kind of open it, just suspiciously, and then oh, hey, I wasn't suspicious at all. Yes, you're not. Because I'm living in smuggling war zones. Geez. No. I make a point of knowing who the help is. So, who's this guy?
This is one of the. Trying to think what the word would be.
Houseman?
Servants.
Like one of the housemaids. There we go.
Or bell, right? So
Bellhop, houseman, housemaid.
Yeah. No, when you're dealing with the upper crust, you always want to go ahead and make sure you know everybody by their name and tip well. Here's 2 shillings for your trouble.
This is Emily.
And yeah, Annalie, all great with the tea, but no time for this. I'll quickly drink the cup. I'll tip her 2 shillings. Thank her for the trouble. Did the master say he was going out? Because this isn't the kind of weather he'd want to go out in.
Yeah, he said he just wanted you for now. I'm not sure what for. I was
Okay,
just told to get you, take you next door.
I won't get my driving leathers for this. I will serve as a chauffeur, as a driver if I need to. So, because I am a skilled driver. No, I'll just hop downstairs. And I go, oh, great. It's another blue blood guy.
Well, no, we're upstairs, literally.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
All
next
my
door.
rooms are the top floor of the 6th floor building. So if you're in the
I
game
forgot.
room, you're up there with me.
I forgot. Upstairs, downstairs. I forgot you said, wait, did you call all the way down to the front desk and said the help up 5 flights just to tell me to go 3 doors over?
Yes.
Welcome to Britain. So, yeah.
The waitress kind of follows you to the room and then gives the full pot of tea. She places it on the desk, and then quickly bows and leaves.
Yep.
She better have brought a platter with her.
She brought a few biscuits, yeah.
No, a platter. I mean, a silver tray.
Oh yes, yes, of course.
Don't mark the desk up.
Tea, biscuits, and Kerman.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine
Yes.
y'all walk into the room, and me and Mr. West are just still silently staring at one another.
Well, I'll come over and say hello to Mr. I don't know who this Mr. You have advantage over me, sir. My name's Kerman. Put her there, and I'll extend my hand.
Dr. James West, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, a doctor. Oh, it's nothing untoward, is it? You haven't got sick. It's finally the consumption. Is it the syphilis? Has it finally caught up to you?
Oh, no, not yet.
Phew. Wait. Okay. May I sit?
Of course. Hand gesture.
Yeah. It's polite to ask since you are upper class folks.
Mr. Lepissier. This fine gentleman
Please,
here.
Please, that wasn't my father's name. Call me Kermit.
Eyebrow raise and a sigh. Of course, Carmen, what was I thinking? This fine gentleman here, Mr. West, I'm sure you know him. We've met multiple times now, actually, come to think of it. I forgot. We are all supposed to have history with one another. It slipped my mind.
Or twice. Maybe he's in my patient notebook here.
You entertain a lot of people, plus you probably, plus I might not be here when he's here, so I've probably seen him around, but never been properly introduced. Always good to be able to put a name with the face. What can I do for you? I'd say governor, but that's what Dick Van Dyke would say. So what can I do for you, sir?
Mr. West here has proposed that we go on an expedition, I suppose, or at least is asking me for money to go on one himself. And I just felt that my helping hand, as you always are, that you could take a look at this and see what you thought.
Okay. So where? Just over the channel, maybe to Malta, perhaps finally getting to Borneo like you've always wanted to?
Oh, nowhere nice like that. Scotland.
Ah!
Yeah, Scotland's known for not being a very nice place,
I know,
especially by you Londoners.
Yeah, I'm not going to channel my dark place because that's just too funny. Yeah. No, more seriously, I'll just raise an eyebrow. Says that doesn't sound like the sort of place that, your two types might be frequenting. Any reason for this trip? Business? Pleasure?
Well, for a friend myself, which is why I came to our mutual friend here.
I'll just kind of nod. Rich people like to hang out. Sounds good to me.
So you could probably definitely tell, James is not rich. He's not blue blood whatsoever. He's wearing a simple wool suit.
Also, it depends on how
leather work shoes.
Wow. It depends on how deep you're going into the old country. The roads up there, they're not like the ones down here. Not only they're not very well maintained, but the place is famous for those hills and the fog. Could be dangerous driving, especially in this era when roads aren't paved with asphalt and gas tanks are just one big giant reservoir that can easily be holed. I'm not sure why I framed it that way. It's a little anachronistic, but you know how it goes.
Still, from what I've heard of you before, he says that you are a safe driver, if nothing else.
Yep. Drive the speed limit, all my tags up to date. Wouldn't want to get pulled over for some minor infraction.
And if you wouldn't mind, I do have a friend I'd like to bring along. I trust him, and I think he'd enjoy the trip as well. Always likes to get out of doors, and maybe it'd be nice to leave the London weather for a little bit.
Are we taking... Yeah, so I assume we'd be taking the master's car. I say, gesturing at Norton. Or Nathaniel, sorry.
You would nod.
And which car did you decide on?
Oh, the Phantom One, of course.
Oh my god, that's going to be a boat. Do you have any... that car is... That has running boards on it.
Yeah, that thing is massive.
Well, I did paste the whole thing about how completely inconvenient it is to drive, and 3-point turns are an impossibility.
3-point turns are impossible.
I mean, the quote on it is, all of these apparently faulty design elements mean absolutely nothing when reflecting on the real purpose of this car, to impress all who see it.
Okay.
Did you not see the pictures?
No, I own a model Phantom, so so I know what they look like in their giant boats. I just never occurred to me. Oh yeah, I guess they can't do 3-point turns, can they? Okay. I don't know anything personally about Scotland, but I am a skilled driver. Do I think I'll ask them if they know where they're going, but I'm thinking, can we actually take the Phantom up there, or are we going to just find it's wider than the roads and we're gonna get stuck in a pothole or a mudslide? Oh, I have navigate skill. I'm awesome. Apparently, I'm a smuggler.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a navigate skill check.
Okay. I'll like buzz
I'm
the.
going because of your history as well. I'm going to give you a +1
Okay.
modifier.
Okay, because I would also like buzz the maid again and have them bring up the roadmap because you
Yeah.
get like road maps and gas places here, and then we'd spread it out over the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And at that point, you can make me the.
My roll is 40. Oh wow! Even with the bonus, my roll is 47, which is over my navigate skill of 45.
Wait, what? I don't see a roll.
In the chat, you see it says 747. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you get a bonus, you roll 3 dice and take the best 2. So the best 2 of that would be a 4 and a 7, which would be 47. And unfortunately, my skill is 45, which means I didn't pass.
Ah, okay. I see how that works then.
So I'm just going to shake my head and say, well, sir, we can take the car up if you want. Now, there is a rule in the game that suggests that you can press a roll. Like if you really, really, really need to do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
you can push.
Push if you wish to.
But I'm not going to because I don't really need to impress you that much. It's like, hey, it's not my car. I'll tell them I don't know much about those roads, sir. And if this map is up to date, I mean, let's say you guys want to make a navigate roll, but we'll be fine. I just think it's not my car.
Well, it sounds like we have it all perfectly planned out then, don't we?
Well, I'd probably want to wait. We could wait until it stops raining, but who knows how long that's going to be.
Just to give you guys a reference of where you've got to go. Well, I mean, I don't know how much you guys know about Scotland, but you'll be going to Pepperside Park in Dingwall.
Okay. Is that inland or is that coast?
It's right at the top of Scotland.
Oh, so just you guys don't mess around. We're going all the way to the top.
Yeah, it's a 10-hour drive.
Yeah, and I'm guessing we'll have to at least do that in 2 5-hour, perhaps even 3-hour stints. But I'm sure we'll find motor. I'm guessing motor lodges are a thing in
Yes,
1920s, so we would be able to find a couple places. Although I failed my navigation roll, so I can't recommend any places or have us call ahead. So we'll be fine.
Yeah, you basically think, oh, we'll be all right. We'll make it.
Now it's raining outside. How's visibility? Is it raining sheets or is it raining?
It's 1920s London. It's pretty damn heavy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait until at least tomorrow when there's sunlight because these roads won't be illuminated.
Yeah, it is currently late afternoon, so you probably wouldn't want to leave now anyway, even if it wasn't raining.
Well, it's whatever Master Shaw wants to do. He's the boss.
Very true.
I mean, according to the letter, there was no time constraint of any sort, so...
Yep.
The only person that said urgent was Mr. West here.
Well, it does sound like he's in terrible danger.
Terrible danger that he was able to write a letter, post it, have it delivered here. If the message is of significant danger, then the time it took for the postal system to get it here, I don't think it's a matter of days or hours. If it was, he was frivolous in his extension for help.
Well, there's no point in getting ourselves killed over it. Besides, it's only going to get darker and rainier. I wouldn't recommend taking your car out during this kind of night. We can head out first thing early in the morning. So I suggest we should spend the next 3 or 4 hours smoking your most expensive cigars and drinking some of your fine wine.
As you always do.
I'll smile.
We could wait until tomorrow, but I wouldn't feel right waiting longer than that.
Sounds about right. We should sit around and tell us, and you should tell stories about when you were in the war. I'm sure you have fantastic stories to regale us with and pad out the word count for this magazine. Because if it's 1920s, we won't be in a serial story in a magazine.
Oh yes, now's the time for the flashback that'll become relevant 3 serials later.
Yeah. Still haunted by that man you killed?
Oh yes, hiding out in the trees. Oh, I have his medallion right here. His German Medal of Bravery.
Wow.
It has my bullets still in it.
Looting corpses. Pretty crazy. I've learned to smile and laugh when rich people tell stories.
Yeah, you kind of go, haha, yeah.
Right, it's like I'm telling you like a somber story. It's like I had to hide out in the trees for days, barely a whisper in the rain and thunder. And I had to shoot a man in cold blood, and here's his Medal of Bravery. He had to go home to get it and then sent back out to the front, and then you just laugh. Completely destroying the tone.
Give me a few moments. I'm just doing something quickly.
Oh, the rain stopped.
That's fine.
Oh, it's back again.
In the
the
midst
rain-
of our starting, I forgot that I put biscuits in the oven and I've completely burnt them.
Oh,
Aw.
damn.
Yeah, they were supposed to come out an hour ago.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
surprised that passed by so much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so when you two started talking with them, I'm like, oh, fuck. And ran back to the oven.
Aw, man.
Yeah, well, that's fine. They only had to stay out defrosting from the freezer for the last 4 or 5 hours, so it's not like I wasted the day.
So, just to keep the game running, we are going to assume, since our friend Kingsley is from the north and is known by at least our rich aristocrat here, I'm going to assume that you would probably take him with you, as he has the most knowledge of northern people.
I mean, Mr.
You're right, he
West
was the person I
already...
was implying.
Yeah, Mr. West already implied he had somebody to take with him as well.
Yeah. It probably would be the smartest idea.
Do
This way he can just fit in whenever he wants to pop up.
taxis and such exist for long-term travel?
Not that long.
Not that long. So what would I need to do to rent additional travel? 4 people are not fitting in the Phantom 1.
Oh, dude, 4 people are totally fitting in the Phantom.
Phantom
He
1
can
has
just sit in
room
the
for
trunk, it's
2
fine.
people. Phantom 1 has room for like 2 people to sit in it comfortably.
Yeah.
And one is the driver.
The Phantom
Really?
Phantom
Am I
one,
thinking-
the
No,
two-seater.
no, it says that the people in the back can sit with like a big hunch to their backs. It's fine.
Wait, we might not be thinking of the same car. Let me take a look here.
Yeah, the Phantom one only has space for 2 people. It's the smaller one. Well, not the smaller one, but it's a Phantom. It's still humongous. But,
Clearly, you need to go and buy
Oh.
another car for this trip.
Sorry, I was thinking of the Phantom 2. My bad.
I believe another one of you has a car anyway.
Phantom 2 is 1935, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's when the
Yeah.
Phantom 1 turns into the new Phantom.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry,
I was-
the Silver Ghost or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Phantom 2. Wow,
No.
the Phantom 1 is not. Well, you're all friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that friendly.
Stupid uptight British people.
Hey man, I let you drive my car.
Norman, don't you have? I mean, not Norman. Sorry.
Yeah,
Kermit,
well, it's
don't
Kermit. Yeah, but I'm not excited to take.
you have a car?
I thought he had a motorcycle.
Oh.
You have a lorry and a sedan.
I know, but I didn't want to take those up there because I don't want to. I mean, before when I said I don't know any navigation, but it's like your car will be fine. Now we're taking my car, and it's like, wow, that is tiny, isn't it? I thought that was a back seat, but that's just the boot, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this is tiny as hell. Crap. Yeah, I do have a car. Well, you're a rich guy. You're good for it.
So what, are you going to loan them your car?
At a low rate.
Well, if you're willing to be seen in my Crosley, because I have a Morris Crosley Roadster.
I feel like if you suggest this, I'm going to like... My head's going to buck backwards, my eyes are going to open wide in shock. So of course not, you're driving my car.
Are we able to fit 4 people in your car, sir?
No, we can only fit 1. Me. You drive,
Uh-huh.
I ride.
Are your 2 friends going to take the train then?
Does a train go all the way up to the upper reaches of Scotland?
Yep.
It
You
does.
could get a train.
All right. Well then, yeah,
Well,
I'll
that's
buy
fair
them.
enough.
I'll buy them two
Well, in
coach
fact,
tickets.
none of us would have to drive. All four. If we're gonna go ahead and if the train goes there, all four of us could just go take the train.
But you could afford easily. With Nathaniel, for your daily limit, you could afford easily to buy everyone first class tickets.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't buy them first class tickets. I'd buy them. I don't know what you call it. Coach? Is it still coach on a train?
Cargo.
Yeah, not cargo. I mean
Yeah,
the regular
that's coach.
one where they share one room with like 4 different people.
Yeah, no, I could imagine you would get first class and the rest of us would go coach.
Yeah.
That would make a lot more sense.
I'll rent a car. You guys get one of those one of those shared things.
I mean, to be honest, traveling by train would be more comfortable. You'd have the car, you'd have the dining car, there'd be service.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be able to walk around. It'd be way more comfortable than traveling in our non-seat belted, axles bolted to wheel suspension over non-paved roads.
And also, if the car breaks down, you're a bit fucked.
Yeah, no, I imagine all four of us. If the train can get us there, I imagine all four of us would take the train.
Train can easily get you there. Yeah. So
Yeah.
is that the plan? In the morning tomorrow, you're gonna go book a train and get.
No, we'll book a train tonight and go pick up the tickets tomorrow.
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
I would be
Casually
happy
taking a look like how far along this is.
rather than
Like
the master
500 miles.
And rather than him worry about it, I'll go ahead and make the call to book one, on behalf of, Mr. Shaw, payable upon receipt, 1 first class and 3 coach.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, like you can pay on behalf of him. So with his
Yeah.
daily spending limit, that is fine.
Yeah, as soon as
You
I
can
drop his
afford
name
that.
and he's a rich guy, he's upper class Brit. He can pay when he gets there.
Taking a look, it'd probably be about $6 per person. Which
Yeah, so-
isn't that bad.
What's probably gonna happen is you'd have to get a train to Edinburgh and then drive the rest of the way, rent a car.
Okay, I'll try to. It's only mid-afternoon, so the places are still open. Well, it's time to get out a phone book and paging through it and calling like a random number in Scotland to rent a car. I don't really have any streetwise connections up there, but I don't think I really need that. I just need to rent a car.
Yeah, no. That's fine. You'll be going to North Bridge train station. Yeah, there's a make me an education test to see what you
Okay.
find. Or unless you have any skills that you think would be applicable.
I already failed navigate, and I already
Okay.
failed education roll. I am so bad at this.
So you spend some time looking through, but you can't find anything, any car rental places in the book. You can try and push it if you wish.
Man, that's just risking trouble. This is important to Mr. Shaw. It's important to me. Watch me fail the second roll. I have better than 50-50, and I'm already failing rolls. I don't get it.
So as you spend your time looking through the book, quite frantically searching, and as you're doing this, unfortunately, you spill the nice the nice teapot of scalding hot tea all over the book, all over you.
Stupid Brits and your stupid tea. Hope you lose the Opium Wars.
And you take a minor injury.
Yep.
Oh, it's 2 damage.
Okay.
As you, I hope you lose the Opium Wars.
That already happened.
I love that shit.
I was in the Boxer Rebellion.
Mm.
That's a weird reference to make in front of me.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just have to play it by ear once we get there. I'm sure we'll find something.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the booking of the train tickets, that is, I'm not even going to require any roleplay or downtime for that. You can just do that. You are, Nathaniel, you're probably one of the richest men in London. So, let's be entirely honest with each other.
We can't rent horses while we're up there. You guys don't know how to ride, do you?
Why would you want to
No,
rent a
thanks.
horse?
I mean, I can ride as well as the next man who doesn't know how to ride.
Okay. Hey, you guys were in World War One military, and you're rich people. You know,
I
if
was
you-
not in World War One.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
If you're not-
far too old to have been in World War One.
just putting that out there that we could also rent horses, but we don't have to do that. We shouldn't do that if none of you guys know how to ride. All right, just asking.
We could
It
always
might actually be better.
put
might
the
be
car
better.
on the train.
Yeah, that would be very expensive.
How expensive?
We'd have to rent a freight car. Does it mention how much a freight car costs?
For what?
He wants to know if we could actually get his car loaded on the train and just unload it when we get there. But we'd have to rent an entire freight car, and there would have to be one available.
Yeah, you would have to find some. Well, you would have to pay for that.
Yeah, I don't think you're super rich. If you're really rich, you get your own train car, and then you just pay to have it hooked up and just take it everywhere.
Well, train
That's
fare, apparently 500 miles, $6. I was just passing by that section. Transport.
Yeah. By some means, I will find you a way to get there. If I have, there's always a way to get a car.
Very well. I assume this is something I've probably said many times, and it's probably coming back to bite me at some point. I trust you, Mr. Kerman.
Sure thing. All right, so I guess we'll go sleep on it. I say as I put ice on my injury.
Just working something out quickly. So it is a 9-hour train ride, just letting you know.
Yeah, plus, checks the bags and everything.
It is
Plus, then we have to actually get to the station.
421 miles
Yeah.
to Edinburgh.
And then we'll have to park the car.
So looking at $18 to pay for them, and I don't know what first class is multiplied by distance.
Oh, you don't have to pay anything.
No, I know it falls under the my purview of money per day. I'm just
and then we'll have to take a taxi there, so I'll call to get a taxi.
So you guys all rest. James, are you sleeping in the hotel tonight? Or are you staying with? Actually, first of all, Nathaniel, are you allowing him to stay in the hotel for free tonight? If
for
he wants
free.
to. Or do you want him to go home and come back in the morning?
I have 20 guests that pay by the week to live here. Do I want to give up a room for free? I think not.
Well, I suppose I'll just walk home for the night and come back in the morning.
Yes.
Pouring rain.
Do take care. It is raining cats and dogs out there.
That's when you caught pneumonia and died.
That's when you realize the wool suit is probably dripped like all the way up like 6 stories.
Yeah, there's probably somebody well behind you somewhere still mopping up and, cleaning. Do be sure to have your servant carry your umbrella for you.
Servant, yes, of course. I go ahead and just like pop my umbrella out. It's probably got like a single hole in it somewhere.
No, it's bad luck to do that inside.
Oh, better than outside.
No, in fact, it's not better than outside, because inside you're shaking the water off everywhere, and this is fine carpet, thank you.
But out into the cold again I go.
Indeed.
So I'll head home and return in the morning. Such is my plans.
Okay. Is there anything anyone wishes to do during the night?
Sleep? No,
Sleep.
actually, I will try to get as few little sleep as possible.
Toss and turn with nightmarish visions.
Yes, and in fact, why I douse myself with the finest alcoholics and opioids. Lose the opioid war my ass. I fought as hard as possible not to. God, Mr.
I
Kerman
would
doesn't know what he's
like-
talking about.
During the night, I would like everyone to make me a power check on a -1 modifier.
So that's roll 3 dice and take the crappier 2.
Oh shit, rolled the wrong one. Well, I got
No,
a
the
22 anyway, and then you roll 3 dice and take the -2? Or is this something different?
You just roll 3d10 and take the lowest 2.
Okay.
So what would be the worst part of
No,
this
no.
here?
You roll 3. It's a penalty, so you roll 3 dice and you take the higher numbers because rolling higher is
sorry.
worse.
The higher.
Had a
The higher.
10 and a 9.
So would I add a 15 to my roll, or what?
So what did you roll?
696. So I add.
So you have a 96.
Oh. Oh, that's different than what I was hearing you say. You say take the worst of
And
the
then
two.
we
I
got-
thought that was a modifier, not a. That is your roll.
We got a 10 and a 9, so that's 9.
Maybe
Okay,
it's
actually,
maybe the 10 is a 0 here.
Yeah, actually, here's the way it works. You rolled a 69, and then the second die is another 10s die. So you have a 69 or a 69. So you have a 69.
Mhm.
I have an 82 or a 52, so I have an 82. So I have a failure. And James has a 9 or a 79, so he has a 79. Is a 79 a pass for you?
For power, no.
Okay, then we all fail. We all fail the power test.
Okay, so you each have the same dream. In this dream, of course, this will affect some of you more as it affects certain phobias. In this dream, you are in a small village that is worn down, desolate, ruins surrounding you. As you slowly walk through the village, searching for something, you notice a well in the center. You approach the well with caution and peer into the darkness. You see this thing that you're searching for. The object has no description. It is just what you're after. You reach in to retrieve it, and as your hand reaches the object, you feel a biting pain rack your hand. You pull back with ferocity, stepping away from the well and looking at your hand to notice that you are missing a finger and you are slowly bleeding. Well, not slowly, it's very quickly, rapidly, violently bleeding everywhere, as it seems something has snapped your primary finger off. As the pain reaches your body, you each awaken early in the morning, feeling tired and a little stressed out by the dream. If anyone has a phobia that was related there, please do say. I don't
Just
think
do it
anyone's
now.
got any phobias related to blood, so
Well, I mean, dark
Nope.
water. I have.
In fact, a couple of us are perfectly fine with dead bodies.
Well, if you're afraid of water, there's water in the well.
Thalassophobia, yeah, I have a fear of dark water.
I would
Yeah.
like you to make another power test, please. To see how
Any
this dream
chance
affects.
the opium that I smoked last night helps?
Oh yes, you were very drugged up. I'll give you a +1 modifier then.
Alright, how's that +1 modifier affect?
That's roll. Go ahead and roll 3 dice.
And then
Okay,
take-
so
Awesome.
you have a 98 or an 88. So you have an 88. Is an 88 a pass for you?
No, it's not.
We're theater of suck tonight, folks.
Okay, so that's a single. You'll take a single 1d4 sanity damage. You take 1 sanity damage.
Alright, down to 46.
Wow, you're not very sane at all.
Wait, is it the first one or the second one?
I do believe we've been portraying him as the kooky old man this whole time.
Yeah, 46.
Oh my god, you have a maximum sanity of 65, and you're already almost half of that. Wow.
Hey man, I know things.
Um.
Things that keep me awake at night. Give me nightmares that make me even more insane. Apparently things other people see doesn't make them insane. It's the knowledge that makes me insane.
By the way, if you have used a skill this session, don't forget to put a tick next to it. The little box next to it. When you use it, don't forget to click that.
The official rule is you have to pass.
It's each check. I'm using a different rules style for it to make it a bit easier to
Sounds
level
good.
up your skill.
No, I'm totally on board.
But yeah, each time you use the skill, no matter if you passed or failed, it gains a chance to level up after this end of the session.
Okay.
So, morning comes around and you each meet. It is no longer raining and London seems happier for it. It is currently Tuesday, so of course you get the busy workers heading to work. the tram cars, the police officers running around. It's a hectic city.
Oh, wait,
You
sorry.
each-
Not to interrupt,
Oh.
but I have to. Isn't there something I'm supposed to do every time you even lose one point of insanity?
I don't believe there is.
Okay, I thought there was.
I will quickly check. I've got a little cheat sheet here.
Yeah, it's usually
but-
if you lose too much in a single.
It is a lot more. You have to lose a lot more than one in a go. Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I think it's usually 5.
Hold on. I need to go to the right page. Cthulhu. Here we go. Yeah, no, you didn't hit the minimum threshold.
Okay, if an investigator loses 5 or more sanity. Okay. Temporary starts at 5 or more. Okay. Some reason I thought it was 1 or more.
Oh god, that would be crazy. So, you each meet up again at the hotel, heading straight up to the office. I assume heading straight to Nathaniel's study.
That'd be the idea. We reconvene together.
Mm-hmm. The train tickets have been bought and booked, and the trip is ready planned. Before heading out, is there anything anyone wishes to do?
Nope. Get my pockets, change of clothes, venturing gear, always ready to go. Got my go bag right here.
Yes, I have also
I think
packed
I
a
might
bag.
write in a little bit of addendum here. Write out a couple of letters to say my university and my professor in particular that I'll be gone for perhaps a week at most, and of course on the way out also see my sweetheart Lily and just give her a kiss and say, "Well, I'll be back soon. I'm just going up north to see a friend."
Mm-hmm. Of course, your Lily will not question or try and stop you. She knows that you're probably working with the rich man again.
Oh, very. If there's any luck or any justice in the universe, I'll have a little bit more money on my way back.
As we all know, there's not.
Of course.
If the universe were fair, we wouldn't be living in it.
I'm gonna come back with like one less limb. That's what's gonna happen now.
You got 3 more. You're good.
Okay. You guys managed to make it to the train station with no problem. You load on to your, well, I guess for Mr. Nathaniel, this isn't the nicest form of travel, even though it is first class. It's meh. You've seen better. This train
Yes.
isn't particularly the best.
It lacks my personal amenities.
Yeah,
But we're also-
It doesn't.
We're going
Have
to
your-
Scotland. What do you expect?
It's not even
it's-
made out of pure gold.
I mean, what do I expect? The best.
It's a cross-country train, of course, so it's not. It physically can't be as nice as you want it to be, but you still managed to be disappointed, even though your expectations weren't very high.
I didn't risk the cannibalism of the Zulus not to live my best life now.
Mm-hmm. And of course, for our Frenchman, I keep forgetting your name because you've got it as Norm.
I don't know
Norm.
how to. I don't know how to change it. I don't know how you guys did that.
Hit the,
Far right here.
Well, I was say the upper right-hand button on the sheet, I think is what he's referring to.
I'll do
There's
it.
the edit button, and
I'll
you
do
can
it.
change the name on that.
I will do it now. There
Oh,
we
okay.
go.
Because if you remember,
Cool.
Monos is referring to the sheets.
Yes. Kerman and James, you are even. This is horrible for you guys. It's pretty cramped, surprisingly. You've got the morning commuters and people going to work on this train. So it's pretty tight. There's a lot of people around, but you managed to find a comfortable enough spot. The journey is long, very long indeed. It is still a 9-hour travel twice. So it's not a
Already completed
particularly.
this word search like 3 times.
Okay. You have to change train car well, train, sorry, twice. So it's not particularly lovely. It's a pretty miserable trip. Very tight, very claustrophobic. I don't think anyone has claustrophobia though, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue.
Right, we're Londoners. We're used to being packed in.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Hell, I'm not from London, but I'm from Britain, and I'm used to being packed in trains. It's just kind of
Well,
one of them things you deal with.
the master travels first class, so he's got a private cabin.
Oh yeah, he's fine. He's got room to probably swing up. He's got room to play a game of football. You guys haven't.
I've been through worse.
But all things considered, you get there without any form of interruption. Weather stays pretty nice up until a late portion of your travel where it begins raining yet again. Scotland is notorious for its rain after all, and on the tail end of the journey, you do notice it begins the downpour begins a little bit more again. Not as heavy as London's rain as it was yesterday, but still rather miserable.
I'll hold the master's umbrella for him.
Hmm. On the travel, you did pass through rather beautiful sights, to be honest, but you guys didn't really get the time to take them in. However, Nathaniel, you did. The lovely sights of the Peak District and the centre of England, passing by lakes over bridges, mountains and hills of all sorts. It was a rather beautiful trip up until the time it started raining.
Yeah, I imagine I only saw very little of it, though. I probably had my head buried in a book.
Yeah, you definitely had your head buried in a book. You were reading about kind of like mysterious entities that are found up here, boggarts, trolls, that sort of thing. There's lots of history around
Yeah, mythological folklore, that sort of thing.
Remember, if a
northern.
strange horse offers to let you ride it, you'd say no.
I always heard you say yes.
Free death? What? Yeah.
Look, if a big-breasted woman comes walking out of the woods with a small, lithe man riding a boar, you go with them. It's my
If a watery
understanding.
tart throws a sword at you, you just take it and run with it. You're king now.
Yes, the mythology of the North is very full of you just go with it.
So, you arrive in Edinburgh Station. This place is, well, first of all, it smells. It's raining and it smells. And you guys live in London, so that's saying something.
I miss the smell of coal infecting all the air already.
Well, this is Edinburgh in the 1920s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this place could use
It
a little more
smells.
infrastructure.
It smells like poverty because this place is in near poverty. Most people in
Oh,
Scotland are very poor.
those common wall buildings that stretch for miles.
Hmm.
It's where they're so
Terrace
poor, but
properties
they
everywhere.
can. Yeah. So best watch yourself, sir. This is a rough lot.
As you are, I assume you're going to a car rental shop. You said.
Well, we've got to find a way to secure passage. Where was it you said we were going again, sir? Because I don't think it's on this map.
It's not listed in the letter, so that's up to GM information.
Well,
Where
no.
do I know my friend to
You've
live?
got a letter, so obviously there's a return address, is there not?
Yeah, did they put
Yeah,
an address on that?
Yeah.
you got the
Yeah, so the place you're looking for isn't on the gas station map, but that doesn't surprise me since it's probably not a place where there's roads. So
I will give you the location again if you wish.
all
I don't
right.
think you guys heard it originally. So
Yeah, you said
let me
it was
just
pretty far north.
let me just zoom into my big ass map.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually gave you the right location to begin with.
Trollsville, that's right.
Well, we're not too far from the train station. Let's see if we can find a cab company and ask them how much it's going to cost to do a ride. Because I'm guessing your friend can't send his car down. He's not that rich.
You're there in Edinburgh. It is. Where the fuck is it?
I imagine if the train station is reasonably well upkept, they would actually might have a map of the surrounding area in the train station. But that doesn't even guarantee your friend's place is going to be on it.
Yes. No, the location is on the map. This map's massive, and I've got to scroll for miles to get to where I need to be.
Right.
Mission 1, mission 2, mission
Well,
3.
let's ask some people around the train station how we get there.
Oh, I did give you I gave you the location for a completely different module. I apologize.
Oops.
It's still Scotland. Don't worry.
Everything's in Scotland. All the bad stuff happens in Scotland.
I'm sure we could find one mysterious wall or another somewhere in Scotland.
Well, you said near Arthurtap. This is Ottawa.
All the bad things happen in Scotland. Yes, I
Oh,
use Scotland
you
quite a lot.
Azathoth. Always up to something.
So you are going to Kingsbarns, which is actually rather close to Edinburgh. It's along the St Andrews Port, so it's less than an hour's drive away actually from Edinburgh.
Yeah, might be able to get it. We can try to rent a car, but if we can't do that, we can get a cab.
Yeah, you could definitely get a taxi to St Andrews.
Well, I'll find us one.
Oh, while they're busy with that, I could always maybe try chatting up the locals about what they know of the place we're going to. King's I gotta write that down now.
Kingsbarns.
King's Mond.
Barnes. Barns. Kingsbarns. So yeah, sure. Do you want to use a skill for that?
Sure. What is actually appropriate in the system?
Um,
Charm seems like a winner on that
Yeah.
regard. I could just intimidate the local.
Tell me
Yes.
where King's Barnes is, or I'll give you one
It-
for.
Here's
It
an
would be-
attempt.
Oh. So, oh wow. Your English grittiness isn't really appreciated up here, and you approach the average Scotsman and you ask him, oh, good fellow, what do you know about Kingsbarns? And he kind
Boy,
of gives
Gov,
you
what's the what?
he kind of gives you this look. Kind of gives you
Oh,
this look. He's like, oh, right, Englishman, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know.
Just Kingsbarn. It's right up the road.
He just kind of raises an eyebrow at you and says, I don't know nothing about Kingsbarns. I'm not from here. I'm not from there. Sorry. Go ask a Kingsbarn, I guess. I don't know.
I'll have to step in here and interrupt. You have to excuse my friend. You know how these blokes are. They come up here, not used to the air, gets them a little touch in the head. You know how it is.
And
yeah.
was that a check mark just for trying, or for actually succeeding?
It was you can check it down because you actually tried.
I'd like to actually be genuinely charming, if I may.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay, just speak louder and
Jesus
slower to them.
Christ!
So what do you say?
Kingsbarns!
Well, apparently the worst thing possible. Since
Fuck me,
that's
it's
a
not.
95,
Is that a fumble?
I
You are
think
one away
96
from
and
a
up is a... What the hell?
So what do you say that's that bad?
You just walk up to him.
God,
Stop
just
being
like
rude,
another
bastard.
the only
one
thing I
in the
could-
head, right?
The only thing I can think of is saying the wrong football team, but I don't know what football teams they have in Scotland.
You walk up to him and you say, "Oh, don't worry, I'm a supporter of Manchester United as well."
Don't
Good
worry,
fella."
Manchester United all the way. Oh wait, I don't know your British sports teams. I'm French.
You see, he just kind of whatever you said to him, he kind of gives you a look and says, "Oh, fuck off," and just walks off.
Well, sorry guys. Apparently the Scottish are not the same as the Irish, no matter what the English say.
Good work, Mr. Coven.
Yeah, you know how it is with this. Normally I try to have a way, but these people just aren't like us.
Is there anybody else in this area we could ask?
There's quite a few people.
I
Actually.
mean,
Do you have any charms?
I will have
I want to
to.
just imagine the local populace just looking at these weird British people.
I will have to approach somebody. Obviously, that's what is going to have to happen.
That's nothing gets done here. These young people all impatient.
Excuse me. I'm approaching a random person. Obviously, not a child.
Sorry, I'll actually roll it publicly this time. Which person you go to? Okay, I'll give you a short description of the person as well. It's a woman. with blonde hair who seems to be waiting patiently for something. She gives you a look and gives you a nod.
Excuse me.
Not really saying anything. She just gives you a nod and looks at you.
Excuse me, young miss. I am on my way somewhere urgently for somebody who needs help, and I don't know where I'm trying to go. It's a place called King's Barns. Do you know where that is? Could you bother for some help?
Um, what I'll check is that. There it is. NPC 5. I'm going to say that would just be like an education test. See if she knows anything. Okay, really. Wow, look at that. Exactly. She gives you a bit of a nod and says, I know of the place. Small little town, got a large old villa up there. Some old nobles, apparently, back, before the Great War, owned it, and now they're gone. You got the inn up there. That's all I can remember, really.
I will give her a crazy old man smile and say, "Hi, aren't you just the fount of exposition? I thank you very much. Do you happen to know how to get there?"
Your best bet would be. What's the name of the bridge? What's the name of the bridge? Hold on. I fucking hate Scotland. Why is there so many bridges?
You want to take the bridge, but never look behind you, and if you hear the hounds, begin to run.
Your best bet is along the M90.
And that runs, what, southwest?
Northwest.
Northwest? Oh, we're heading down?
Hmm?
Oh, no, northwest, sorry. I forgot. From origin to destination, northwest, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was confused. I was thinking Edinburgh. That's not south of here. I mean, oh, but thank you very much. Well,
Just do a bit of a nod.
Yeah. I imagine I've been like hunched over trying to play up my old man status, and then walk back to Kermit and Group, full straight posture again. Yes, apparently we take this road here and we go to the northwest, and that should take us right there.
Wow, sir, you still have the charm. How are we going to get there, though? We need to either rent a car or take a bus, or...
Weren't you securing transportation?
Oh, sir, I've tried. It's, these people, it's like they speak another language.
I don't know. That one spoke English. The one I heard you talking to spoke English.
I'll go talk to the ticket office and ask them if there's a place I can rent a carriage or a car.
Oh yes, I forget that carriages are still a thing that people do. No idea why. Yeah, there's a guide around, if that's what you're after.
Yeah, we need to get to King's Barns, which is west of here. So we need to rent a car or a carriage or a taxi.
Yeah, you could get a taxi straight from here. You find a guide who's willing to, give you the information you need about.
Well, we don't know if his friend has any phone service, so we'd rather if we can. My benefactor here is extremely rich. I'm gonna be happy to write you a deposit if we can rent a car.
Go ahead and make me a charm test then to try and basically, sweet talk this guy into giving you a better
Alright.
deal, which is getting a car. He just wants to.
Whoa! There's a roll.
Nice and extreme. So
Extreme
this
success. I'll get you a car, sir.
this man is not only willing to get you a car, but a discounted car. But not that it matters because you have an extremely rich person in the party.
Yeah. No. I know you're offering this discount. We insist on paying.
I say that's not what you say when you want a discount. I have lots of money. It doesn't even matter. Discount.